Hi everyone, welcome back to Kat's Book Corner, where we talk about all things book and bookish. Since we're at the middle of the year right now, I thought I would do a mid-year wrap-up, but my quarter two top 5 should be the next 2 weeks. Just haven't really decided yet. So I thought I'd do this first since it's more mid-year than quarter two. Alright, first question we've got is best book I've read so far in 2025. Now I have 2 for this one. It is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros and Butcher and Blackbird by Brendan Weaver. I really loved these. These were both 5 stars. This was in my quarter one wrap up as my one of my 5 stars. And I read this one last week. Absolutely loved it. Like, these 2 books, amazing. Some of my favorite books I've read in a while. And they're kind of different. I mean, they're both romances, sort of. But one's like a romantasy, obviously, and one's contemporary, except there's like, you know, other things that are happening in Butcher and Blackbird. Yeah, but this is about 2 serial killers who fall in love through like their methods, I guess. And this is about Xaden and Violet learning how to survive in like their world with dragons and magic and stuff. So I really enjoyed both of these. These were both really good. If I had to pick one, I think Fourth Wing, because Fourth Wing is when I can't stop I think about it every day, which I don't think is healthy, but it's what I do. So I mean, I do still think about Butcher and Blackbird, but not as much as I think about Fourth Wing. So, these 2. Top reads so far of the year. Okay, next question is best sequel I've read in 2025. As I've said before, I don't read sequels often. Because I have so many beginnings of a series, I like to start and then see if I want to continue, which probably isn't also good because it means I buy way too many books that I don't really need. But I haven't read too many sequels so far this year, but I couldn't pick between these 2. They're both part of the same series, but they are both technically sequels because The Naturals is the first book in this series, but Killer Instinct and All In, amazing. All In was my favorite. This one was a 5 star. I absolutely loved it. And this Killer Instinct was a 4.75, which was also really good. And if I had to pick, like, I obviously love All In. Like, it completes everything. But there's something about Killer Instinct. It's just, I don't know. I really loved Killer Instinct. It's about the Naturals. I can't really say much because the Naturals are the first book and these are the second and third. But it's about Cassie, who joins this group of kids recruited by the FBI in order to solve cold cases. And there's also like a long-standing story that's by that, and each book is about a specific case, which also ties into the longer story that's happening. But I really do love it. It also has one of my favorite characters, which is Michael Townsend. I really love him, but Dean has been slowly but steadily moving up, which I didn't think he would. I thought he would stay below Michael, but I don't think he'll beat Michael. I only have 1 book left in the series, and I don't really know if you could beat Michael, considering I think I know that might have more Michael backstory, which I'm really happy about, because book 2 is a lot of Dean backstory, so that's where like you get his like character growth and into All In, but All In kind of starts Michael's character growth, so maybe Bad Blood will get to the end of Michael's character growth, which I really hope, because Michael's my favorite. But these were 2 of the best sequels I read this year. Okay, third question, number 3, is a new release I haven't read yet, but I want to. Onyx Storm, which is the 3rd book in the Empyrean series, otherwise known as the Fourth Wing series. And it is on my TBR, which I think will have to turn into my July TBR, considering I haven't read half of it yet, because I had a lot of things on my mind this month, so And I'll probably read this in July, which I really hope I do. So, but I still have to read Iron Flame, and I haven't read Iron Flame yet, which is the second book, but this one is new release. This one came out in January, and I haven't read it yet, but I want to read it so bad, because the Fourth Wing, and I heard there's like a cliffhanger that like destroys people who read this, so I cannot wait to read this. But I am really, really excited. And if my promise stays true, when I read Iron Flame, there will be a reading vlog of me reading Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. So I hope I'm able to do that, but I'm not 100% sure yet, so just take that with like a grain of salt, because I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. But there's that one. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of 2025. Now this one, as I said, I don't really read many series. I don't really keep an eye out for like new releases. But the one I do know that is releasing, I think in August, is the 3rd book in the Assistant to the Villain series, which is Accomplice to the Villain. I haven't read the second one yet, but I am really excited to read the second one, because I loved the first one. So, just thought I'd hold it up. I'll put a picture of what I think the cover looks like for Accomplice to the Villain up here, but I really, really liked this one, and I can't wait to read the second one as well. And if I like it, I'm sure I will. But the 3rd one, I will try and buy as soon as it comes out, because if you look back at the video where I ranked this one was pretty high up too, so there's that. I really, really liked this one. I can't wait to finish the rest of the series though, which is annoying because most of the books I've held out so far are all parts of series, as I've said. I don't really read standalones, which is kind of sad. Okay, number 5. Biggest disappointment. This one I read in January. It is Freeing Lindenhurst Into the Tunnels, which is the 2nd book in the Freeing Lindenhurst series, which I think is only a duet, so I think there's only 2. And it's so sad because I got this one signed. I thought I would really like it, but I didn't. Because I honestly didn't think it was necessary, because I feel like we solved all problems in the first one. This book just didn't give me the same feels as the first one. This one was which was so disappointing, because I love the first one. It has so many like memories attached to it, because when I read it the first time. But this one, it was just it gave me problems I didn't think we should have. Like, there were so many things that I didn't want to happen because I thought we solved those problems in the first book. This just seemed like there was problems for problem's sake, and the character relationships weren't at all what I thought they'd be. So I was so disappointed in this one. But there are some parts of it that I did enjoy. It wasn't like a 1-star. This was like, I think a 3, maybe a 3.75. Like, I enjoyed it, it just didn't live up to what I wanted it to. But there is that, and it's so disappointing, because I really, really wanted to like it, because I love the first one, and it takes place in Philadelphia, which is around where I live, so I know the era, so it's like I'm kind of like part of this story. And I also got to meet the author, and I got it signed because I loved the first book, so I'm like, I should like this, but I didn't, and now it's upsetting. Now on to question number 6. Biggest surprise. Me liking Foul Lady Fortune. I've said this so many times in my past videos. I honestly didn't think I would like this one, because it's out of my genre. It's more contemporary, but it also takes place in like 1920 Shanghai, China, which isn't really my vibe, because there's not much I can like, I don't know, I don't really pick books like that. But I did really like it. It was so surprising. Like, I could not put this down. I finished it in a day. I didn't expect to like it this much. And the main character, Rosalind, and then there's Orion, and there's so many other characters which are so interesting, and it deals with like real problems, which you wouldn't think it does, because it's sort of like fantasy-esque. Like, there are some fantastical elements to it, and there was surprises that I didn't call, and normally I'm really good at calling those surprises, but the ending of this just left me on such a cliffhanger, and it made me like want the next one. Of course I didn't buy the next one because I forgot, but I still loved it. The only reason it wasn't a 5-star is because I hated the cliffhanger, which means it might move up to a 5-star when I read the next book eventually. But I loved it so much. It was unexpected. I didn't think I would like it, so I have to thank my aunt and uncle, because they bought it for me for my birthday. So it was just so good. I never expected like this to be a book I would love, but I really did. So there's that. Okay, next, number 7. New favorite author. This is the book that made her my new favorite author, which is Karen M. McGinnis. She wrote One of Us is Lying. And you'd think it should be an author that I've read plenty of books from. But no, like, honestly, the way that she wrote this book, amazing. I didn't think that anyone could, like, write a book that felt real, that made me, this is gonna sound like I'm not liking it, but that felt real. I didn't want to read because it felt like actual real life. There was real problems, and the characters felt like I could meet a person like that. And some of the problems I've had those problems. So it's like this, it felt real and like kind of visceral, which is why it was rated lower than it should have been. It's because it felt too real to me. Not that it wasn't a good thing. It was just I didn't want to read it. I know it sounds like a bad thing, but it's really not. Like, the way that she wrote the characters, I feel like, is why I give it so much, because I love the way she wrote those characters. Like, they felt just real and raw, and like I want to continue this series, but I think I'll have to spread them out like a lot, because I don't think I could read a lot of these like in a row because of the way she writes the characters, because of how real they feel. But I heard there's a show about this. I don't think I'm gonna watch it because I heard bad things about it, but like, I love this author. Like, it was so good, even though I didn't rate it as high as I'm raving about it now. It's just because they felt real, and I loved that. I loved it so much. Okay, next one. Newest fictional crush. Surprised no one. Zayden Ryerson from Fourth Wing. Just amazing. I love him so much. He's not one of my top book. He's one of my top book boyfriends. He's number 3, but the top 2 I read last year, so I couldn't really include them here. My top 2 at the moment are Peter Parker from my Spider-Man book, and Kaz Breaker from Six of Crows. But he's number 3. Like, he is number 3. I love him so much. He is great. He just, and I think he'll be number 1 by the time I get to Onyx Storm, but right now he's number 3. I love him so much. He's so good. I love it. But because I didn't want it all to be me raving about Fourth Wing, I also have another one from the one that got away with murder, Robbie Cressman. When I talked about this book in January, I love him. He's like so sweet, and he's number 6 on my book boyfriends, which he's just so sweet. I love him so much. He also felt like a real character. Like, he felt real, like how One of Us is Lying wrote real characters, but he felt like, I don't know, like, you wouldn't expect someone to empathize that much considering what he's went through, but he did. He was like, I'm gonna help my girlfriend when I think she's going through trouble, when she is like scared, and it's, Robbie is literally so cute. He is like a golden retriever and he is adorable. I love him so much. And we get so little time with him in this book. It was just, I love him so much. Oh, he was cute. Ugh, I loved him. Okay, now moving on to number 9, my newest favorite character, Violet Sorrengail. So, I mean, she can't not be. She is awesome and like so badass. Like, she was going to fight for everything to prove herself, and then just thrashing. She cemented being one of my favorite book protagonists. I think on my list of that, she is let's see, she is number 3, just where Xaden is, but I also have a feeling she will move up to number 1 when I finish Onyx Storm and get more of this character. It's just, she was awesome and perfect, and I loved it so much. And also, I have a couple others because I can't just talk about Fourth Wing. We have Ali Capolinci from Lights Out. Another one of my 5 stars. I absolutely loved her in this. Like, she became a trauma nurse because of her trauma, and then, she has, like, such, like, a deep connection with so many things. She is so good. And, like, she's so protective and just, she is, like, so funny, too. It's just, she was so good in this, and I really loved her in that. I really loved it. It was really good. I also have 2 more, which I couldn't really decide, but we have Tori Vega from Zodiac Academy, which she is number 5 on my book protagonists. She is also, like, she wants her money and she wants, like, a life for herself, and she will do anything to get that. And it's just, she's awesome and she's strong, and it's just, I liked her more than Darcy, I will say that. Like, she's so good. I can't wait to read the series, like, to get, like, more of her character, to be, like, just to know her more. It's just, she's so good. I love it. It's amazing. She's also, like, so different from a lot of characters that I've read, because she's not selfless. She's incredibly selfish. I love the way that it was written like that. Like, because of how traumatic her life is, that's why she's selfish. Like, that's why she does what she does. Like, I love, like, that type of angle that's going with this character. She is, like, so, like, strong for, like, different reasons, and, like, so, like, kept to herself because she doesn't like to share. It was good. And I have one more, which shouldn't be a surprise. She's number 6 on my book protagonist. It's Feyre from Court of Thorns and Roses. She's so, like, she's funny. She's also really strong, and she, like, I should put this out there that, like, Belle is my favorite Disney princess, and she's basically supposed to be, like, the Belle protagonist in, like, this Beauty and the Beast retelling, which is probably why I love her so much. So it's so good, and she's so strong and, like, able to, like, do anything to help her family, and it's like, I love it so much. It's so good. And her actually being selfless to save the person she loves, and her, like, willing to sacrifice almost everything in order to save the person she loves is just, and the way that she, like, loves fiercely, like, even, like, if it's not, like, her love interest, like, the way she loves Lucian fiercely is just, it's so good. I loved it. Okay. Books that made me cry. One of Us is Lying. Because also, I said it before, how real it felt. Like, I've known people who are like some of these characters. I've been through some of the problems that these characters have. Like, the way that it felt real and visceral was like, I can't read this right now or I'm going to sob. But I pushed through because I just did. I don't know why. And I was bawling my eyes out. It was, I loved it, but I also hated it. That's how it was. Like, ugh, it was so, so good. And it was just, I loved it so much. And I didn't think I would, considering it's also not one of my genres. It's more thrillery. But I really, really did, because it felt like real and raw and visceral, and it was the way it needed to be, and it fit so well with the story it was telling. It was so good. And I talked about this one last week, which is why I have a second one, because technically this is a reread, because I read this one already. And I told you in that video before that I cried during this one. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And I said I didn't cry where I thought I would. I cried very close to the beginning during Creature's Tale, when he's talking about Regulus. And I told you before, I think it's because I've become such a Marauder fan that, like, it just hit me more because of Regulus and how much I love Sirius. It's just, that's why. And, like, Creature, the way Creature tells it is just, it hits home because, like, that was his family. That was, like, one of the only people that he actually loved. And it's, it hurts. And also, of course, I did tear up a teeny bit at the ending. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say it because I think my sister watches the videos and she's not here to that part yet. But just so many that are just gone, and it's, ugh. I hate it, but I love it, and it's, ugh. So there's that. Okay, moving on to question 11. Books that have made me happy. We've got Butcher Blackbird. It made me so happy. It made me so happy. I was like giggling and kicking my feet the whole way through this book. I loved it so much. I mean, it actually wasn't predictable. Like, there were some parts I didn't see coming, but there were some that I see, like the ending. But I was like giggling the whole time. It was such a fun read. I finished it really fast too. Ugh, it was really good. Rowan and Sloane, just their banter and comedic timing off each other was just amazing. I loved it. Ugh, it was so good. And like, it's not like what you like. It's such a rom-com, but also it's like two serial killers like falling in love, like that rom-com style. It was just like, why am I liking this? Because it was hilarious the whole way through, and I honestly really loved it. So there's that. And I have one more too. I read this one last month, I think. Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha T. Toole. I was also giggling and kicking my feet this whole time, and like, this one like made my brain work, which I love when my brain is like actually like invested in like trying to figure out the solutions and problems that are happening. Ugh, I really liked it, and of course I called it right away because it's not gonna be him, it's gonna be the other guy. But I really, really did like it. And I love the competition. I love like how it sort of becomes a found family. I mean, of course, it's not a found family yet because it's just the first book, but like they're slowly getting there, and I kind of love that. Ugh. And I really loved it because what I knew going in was that the first relationship wasn't gonna work because that's not normally how these books work. So I was like enjoying that part, being like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Like, when's like the big turn gonna happen? I was just like on the edge of my seat being like, okay, when's it coming? Just smiling and like laughing, and of course there are moments where I'm like, oh no, but like this was just, it was good, and I really, really liked it. And it was really written very funny too. Like all of like the phrases, and like it was written funny. Like, not that it wasn't written well. I actually don't know if it was written well because honestly I don't really care. It was just a fun time. And I really liked it, so it was like, I don't really care if it was written well because it was good and I liked it, so. Now, let's see, number 13. Favorite video that I posted this year. Well, my TBRs are so fun. I love my TBRs with my sister because, well, she gets to be kind of in them. And I am planning on a video like where she is actually on camera. So that one might be fun too. But like I really love doing the TBRs because they're so fun, even if I do kind of mess up sometimes. And I also liked the 2 videos where I did reread, rewrite, and burn, because some of them were super hard, but some were super easy. And it was like actually like really fun. And I filmed those when like I was packing and moving away from college. Like I was coming home for the summer, so I just needed quick video ideas. I don't know if you could tell because I filmed both of them the same day. I mean the same stuff. I didn't change, which kind of sucked, but it was fine. But I thought it was great. They were fun. I love doing them. I'll probably do like more when I read more books, because I haven't read many to fill a whole video yet. I think I've only read like 15 since then, so it's like kind of need some more. But I really liked them. Let's see. Number 12. Favorite book to movie adaptation I've seen so far. Now this movie came out like years and years ago, but I only read the book this year, and I watched the movies this year. So I thought I'd include it. I read The Hobbit this year, and I also watched the movies before I read the book, which I know, sacrilege, you're not supposed to do that, but I did. I also did that with Lord of the Rings too. Like I watched the movies before I read the books, which also made me want to read the books. I did the same with Game of Thrones too. I watched the show and I read the books, so. And I will say, parts of the movie I did like a little better, because I think we got more characterization of the dwarfs, which I love, because this is only told from Bilbo's perspective, so you don't get much of the dwarfs. So there is that, but I did enjoy it. I really did like it, which gives me hope that I will like The Lord of the Rings. So, because I really, really did like this one. I mean, it was a 3.75, which isn't great, but it was still pretty good. I enjoyed it. I finished it like in a day. It was good. I love Smaug. He's like such a funny dragon. I mean, he's a narcissistic funny dragon, I think I meant to say. Like, he's funny, but like the why he's funny is because he's narcissistic, which I really love. And also just Gandalf just showing up, being like, yep, going on a mission. Let's go together. It's it's hilarious, and I kind of love it. But there's that. And I have 2 more questions left. Most beautiful book that I bought in this year. I showed this one on my recent buys. This is Kingmakers by Sophia Lark. I love it because it's like blue, which is my favorite color. And like it has a castle, I think, on it. I really don't know because I haven't read it yet, but like it looks very, very pretty. And also it's the only book I have that has sprayed edges, and they're blue, and I really like them. So, and it has pictures in it, like actual like illustrated pictures. I think I showed them when I bought the book. But like it has actually illustrated pictures, which are really, really pretty. So I will say, I think this is the most beautiful book I have, which maybe like this series will be like the most beautiful series I have, because it's got sprayed edges. And I think the other books also have sprayed edges, so I might buy them as sprayed edges, so like I can like display them cool. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I don't have much space to store my books, because all I've really got is like one shelf that way, and I've got like a very tiny shelf that holds a majority of my books over there, and then I've got like stacks that don't go anywhere. They're just on my desk or like on places that are anywhere. And I will normally store books here on this table, like where my camera is, but I couldn't, like that's where I put all of the books I was showing, but I couldn't right now. And all of the other books are just on the floor right now, which is, I need more shelf space is what I think I'm trying to say. But there's that. And last question, what books do you really need by the end of the year? Honestly, I just hope the rest. Like, I've got like 6 on my current TBR right now, which I haven't read. I've got like maybe like 25 left that I bought, so I hope to finish the rest of the 25, because it's not that many, and then I can actually like, buy more books, which I told myself I wouldn't do, but then I did buy 5 more books. So I'm like, Am I really on a book buying ban? I don't think I am. I think I'm just buying books when I want to, which isn't great because I don't know where to put them. I'm running out of space, is what I'm saying. So, I honestly hope to finish the rest of my books. I only got, as I've said, like maybe 30 at most left. But I kind of hope that I finish all of them. But yeah, if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And bye everyone!